My beloved child, stop now before the day starts pulling on you. I see you waking with the feeling of being late while you are still in bed, the lists rising like waves, messages already asking for answers you have not had time to form. Your thoughts race ahead into conversations, outcomes, what-ifs. Your chest tightens, your jaw sets, as though you must sprint just to keep from being swallowed. Pause. I am here before the calendar claimed you, before the first ping asked for your attention. Come close and listen. You are asking for a map that covers the whole day, the whole week, the whole season. I am giving you a lamp. As it is written, my word is a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. Not a floodlight to expose every turn in the distance. Not a blinding glare that stirs your fear into ruling you. A lamp near, warm, steady enough light for the next step. You do not need to see the mountain pass to take one sure stride on the trail beneath you. My word will quiet the confusion that shouts for your allegiance. My peace will guide you, and my presence will protect you as you move. My child, put down the scroll and the spinning. Lay your phone face down, lay your shoulders low, take one slow breath with me, and receive. You feel pressure to perform before you have been held, to decide before you have been directed, to answer before you have listened. Come nearer. I am not here to condemn your hurry, but to draw you out of it. I am not delaying you, but delivering you from the noise that would decide your day without me. Let this morning be sacred. Open your hands where you are. Whisper, even if your voice is small. Speak, Lord, I am listening. I am closer than the worries that crowd your mind. I steady your inner weather. I place a boundary of peace around your thoughts and a shield over your heart. Receive one word, one line of my light, one obedient step. Do not demand the vistas. Take the lamp. In this nearness, I will silence what is false, settle what is restless, and set your pace. Begin with me, and I will guide you through what comes next. My child, mark this morning as sacred with me. Do not wait for the world to decide your direction. Choose it now. Public agreement strengthens private obedience, and I am asking you to set a visible stake in the ground. If you desire to begin each morning under my word as your daily lamp, subscribe now as a simple, steady reminder. Return to my voice at first light. Let this not be a passing feeling, but a pattern. Choose to be counted among those who come early, who seek my light before they move. Press like as an act of agreement. Let this be your yes to walking in light today. Not for numbers, but for witness, so that your own heart sees what your will has chosen, and so that others, who are stumbling in the dark, find courage to step into the glow. In the open, declare what you will follow in the hidden. Type in the comments, your word is my lamp today. Let this sentence become your doorway. Let your declaration lock in your direction. I gather my people by simple obediences like these small keys that open great rooms of peace. You are not alone. Many lamps together make a path that fear cannot swallow. Stand with them, and you will find yourself steadied. Now, my child, let the noise wait, listen. My child, I see the fog that presses in when you open your eyes, the feeling of being late to a race I did not ask you to run, the pull of many directions at once, the ache of not knowing which choice secures peace and which one will invite regret. I see the questions that circle. What if you choose wrong? What if you disappoint them? What if you cannot carry what is coming? Hear me. Your confusion is not proof that you are failing. It is proof that you need light. It is a signal, not a sentence. You are not drowning because you are weak. You are weighted because you are carrying what I never assigned. You have tried to predict the entire day, so you will never be surprised. You have rehearsed conversations that may never happen, so you will never be embarrassed. You have tried to control outcomes, so you will never be disappointed. You have taken responsibility for other people's reactions, for weather you cannot change, for doors I have not yet opened. My beloved child, I did not ask you to bear the horizon. I asked you to hold the lamp. I do not say this to condemn you, but to draw you back into alignment with how I designed you to live. Return to my nearness, and let my word stand where your fears have been standing. My light is not a flood that exposes 10 miles of decisions. It is a lamp that keeps you from tripping on the next stone. The lamp does not shout, it steadies. It warms your hands and clarifies the step beneath your feet. I give you enough to obey without giving fear enough room to rule. When you ask me for certainty about every turn, you invite anxiety to sit in my seat. When you ask me for light for the next step, you invite peace to become your pace. So let the fog become your cue to come close. When the questions stack and the pressure builds, pause and say, "Speak, Lord, show me the next step." Place each burden back into my hands, outcomes, timelines, other people's expectations, and take only what I place back into yours. Ask me what to do first, not what to control next. Ask me where to stand today, not how to solve tomorrow. In this small obedience, you will feel the weight shift. In this one-step trust, you will find your balance again. Confusion is not your identity. It is a bell that calls you under my light. Come beneath it now. Let my word quiet the competing voices and settle your breathing. Receive the next faithful step, and you will see that the path is not missing, it is revealed in my pace. My child, hear me and be settled. The lamp does not shout, it steadies. I am not withholding the map to punish you. I am teaching you how to walk with me. I designed you for companionship, not for control. If I flooded the whole horizon with detail, your mind would seize the wheel, your fear would draft contingencies, and your pride would try to perform independence from my presence. I give you enough light to obey without giving fear enough room to rule, because obedience is the doorway to more light. As you step, the path appears. As you trust, your vision clears. This is not a game of riddles. It is the rhythm of relationship. You say in your heart, if I cannot see it all, I might be hurt, embarrassed, or delayed. I hear that tremor, and I do not shame you for it. I draw you closer. Look at what that fear does when you serve it. You brace, you rehearse disasters, you bargain with outcomes, and you curse the dark for not yielding its secrets on demand. But when you serve my light, you move not recklessly, but responsively. You do the next true thing I place before you, the call you need to make, the word you need to hold, the boundary you need to keep, the rest you need to receive. The step you take in faith shortens the shadows that taunt you from a distance. I often keep the far turns dim because I am protecting your heart from the tyranny of imagined futures. If you saw every bend, you would try to live tomorrow's weight with today's strength and collapse under a burden I have not asked you to lift. If you knew every conversation in advance, you would script your love and drain it of my living breath. If you could predict every storm, you would fortify yourself in ways that make you harder for me to hold. I want you soft in my hands, quickened by my whisper, not armored by control. Know this, my word is not bare information, it is my nearness in motion. I do not toss you instructions from a distance and watch to see if you fumble. I walk the trail with you. My voice is the warm edge of the lamp. My peace is the boundary that keeps the noise from overrunning your thoughts. When I say one step, I am also saying one presence. Each act of obedience is a reaching of your hand into mine. Each quiet yes is a fastening of your heart to my pace. Do not measure faith by how much you can explain, but by how faithfully you move with the light you have. Partial visibility is not partial care, it is precision care. I give you exactly what keeps you close, exactly what keeps you free from the lies that would colonize your imagination. I am not late. I am not vague. I am exact in love and deliberate in timing, revealing enough to make you brave and withholding enough to keep you near. So, my child, release your demand to see the whole day before you begin it. Ask for the next step, then honor the step you are given. Let my word stand where fear tried to sit. As you choose the light in front of you, you will discover that you are never walking into darkness alone. You are walking with the one who turns darkness into morning as you go. My child, now that you are learning to take the next step by my lamp, understand why the fog thickens when you reach for it. Some things are not random. There are refined attacks designed to cover my voice, to crowd the small, steady glow with clamor. You are not merely overthinking. You are standing in the middle of a spiritual battlefield where the first territory contested is your hearing. The enemy cannot write your future, so he wars for your focus, because what captures your attention will lead your steps. Look at the pattern that greets you in the morning. Urgency flares before you have breathed. A screen pulls you into doom scrolling. Comparison tightens your chest as you measure your worth against a curated lie. Dread whispers that today will repeat yesterday's pain. Self-accusation enters with a ledger of what you failed to do. Notifications multiply like gnats. Imagined conversations rehearse in your mind. A headline spikes fear, a memory stings. All of it angles for first place. All of it competes to be your lamp. This is the tactic: noise first, prayer later, reaction first, scripture later, sprint first, stillness later. If the enemy can have your gaze for the first minutes, He can steer your pace for the next hours. He tells you, if it is loud, it must be important. If it is urgent, it must be true. If you don't engage now, you will fall behind. But hear me, the lamp does not shout, it steadies. My word will not fight for your attention with spectacle, it invites your allegiance with peace. I am not hiding, I am near, yet I will not force your focus. Because forced love is not love, and coerced attention is not trust. I do not blame you for trembling when the noise rushes in. I call you to stand. Do not answer agitation with more mental effort, more lists, more spinning. Submit your attention. Place it in my hands as your first act of warfare and worship. Say, your word decides my next step. Lay your phone face down again. Lift your eyes and breathe my name. Let the first headline be my voice to your soul. Let the first feed be my presence. Place your thoughts under my peace. Open your mouth and agree with me, because my word in your mouth is a sword in your hand. Because your attention decides what leads you. Choose your leader at the start. When you give your first gaze to fear, fear will choreograph your day. When you give your first gaze to my word, my peace will set your pace and my wisdom will draw your boundaries. Come beneath my light now. Let me quiet the static and clear the path beneath your feet. Attend to me, and you will find that the battle over your hearing becomes the breakthrough of your day. My child, I see how your body wakes already in defense. Jaw tight, breath shallow, shoulders raised, as if expecting a blow. Your soul has been wearing an armor the world taught you. Brace, hurry, prove, perform. You scan the room for what might go wrong, the inbox for what might accuse, the faces for what might disapprove. You apologize before you have spoken. You check again and again because you fear being caught unprepared. Hear me now. I did not design you to live braced for impact. That armor may have felt useful in storms you have survived, but it is heavy, it is noisy, and it muffles my voice. I point to it not to shame you, but to free you. Name the pieces with me so I may lift them from you. People-pleasing and anxious whistle for approval that turns your soul into a mirror for every gaze but mine. Perfectionism, a rigid casing that promises you will be safe if you never miss, yet keeps you frozen and brittle. Control the illusion that tight fists will secure outcomes I have not asked you to hold. Constant checking the ritual that tells fear it is in charge. Self-reliance, the vow you made to need no one because needing once hurt you. My child, these are not protections, they are prisons. You call them responsible, prepared, strong. I call them armor I did not issue. Trade them now. My word is your lamp, my presence is your covering, my peace is the guard set around your mind, my favor settles the question of your worth, my wisdom draws your boundaries. You are safest when you are aligned, not when you are braced. Alignment means you move at my pace, guided by my light, sheltered by my nearness. Bracing means you move at fear's pace, guided by imagined disasters, sheltered by suspicion. I am not asking you to become careless, I am teaching you to become carried. Let us practice this exchange. Unclench your jaw, let it soften under my hand. Drop your shoulders, let them fall from your ears. Open your hands. Feel how empty palms are ready to receive. Breathe in my name. Exhale the vow to manage everything alone. Say, your word is my lamp, your presence is my covering. As you breathe, I unbuckle what has trapped you. Where people-pleasing sat, I seat my approval. Where perfectionism pinched, I lay my grace over process. Where control gripped, I place trust and open-handed strength. Where constant checking throbbed, I give you a quiet cue. Wait on my nudge, not on fear's alarm. Where self-reliance swore, I restore holy dependence, the sweetness of walking held. Do you feel the difference? Bracing narrows your hearing, alignment sharpens it. Bracing steals your breath, alignment gives you breath back. Bracing drains your courage, alignment restores it without hurry. My child, put down the false armor. I have clothing of light for you, not the clatter of fear. Stay close to the lamp, keep your hands open. Listen again, my voice will lead, my peace will protect, and you will find that you are strongest when you are soft in my hands. My child, listen closely. A brief window of grace is opening today. There are doors of grace that stand open only for a brief sacred span, then close again not to punish you, but because purpose moves in seasons, and time does not wait for indecision. This door is before you now. The breeze of my peace is moving through it. The light of my word is shining across the threshold. Do not rush past the door in the name of being productive. Pause. Step in. Hear me and be settled. This urgency is not fear-driven, it is alignment-driven. I am not sounding an alarm to make you frantic. I am ringing a bell to draw you into timing that protects you. Respond early to my light because grace is already moving ahead of you, preparing favor, softening hearts, straightening what would have tangled your path. Before you answer others, answer me. Before you move, let me lead. Before you commit your energy, commit your attention. This is the small hinge that swings the large door of your day. Consider the cost of delay, my child. When you postpone your yes to the lamp, the day fills every empty space with noise. You answer a dozen lesser calls and stumble where you could have walked sure. You spend yourself on what screams loudest, not on what I have marked as true. You circle solutions that early obedience would have made unnecessary. I do not condemn you for yesterday's delays, but I call you now to redeem today's first minutes. Let the lamp be first, not the last resort after the stumble. Come in through this door with a simple act. Receive a next step word, not a full blueprint. Ask me for one verse to carry, one sentence to obey, one boundary to hold, one conversation to wait on, one kindness to offer, one burden to set down. As it is written, you do not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from my mouth. Fresh bread for this morning, not stale plans for a distant hour. Let my scriptures settle over your mind like warm light. Let a single line become your pace setter. Choose now, quietly but decisively. Before I answer them, I answer you. Before I run, I receive your word. Step through while the door is open. Do not fear missing it. Fear only the numbness that comes from ignoring the light. I am here. My grace is already ahead of you. Take my hand at the threshold and watch how one early yes orders the whole day with peace. My child, now let my word decide your next step. I did not give you a lamp to admire. I gave you a lamp to move by. My word does not only comfort you, it directs you into wise, protected choices. Bring me the places where you are tempted to guess, to rush, to please, to perform, and submit them to a simple filter with me. Does this step produce peace and obedience, or panic and proving? Let this be the question that stands at each threshold today. When you look at your calendar and see decisions stacking meetings that crowd your breath, requests that flatter your need to be needed, ask the lamp. If confirming an appointment steals the stillness you just received and forces you to outrun grace, wait or say no. If a conversation is coming that makes your stomach knot, ask me how to enter it. I may direct you to listen more than speak, to ask one clarifying question instead of building a defense, to postpone until your heart can carry my peace into the room. I do not want you to choose based on fleeting emotions, but on the clarity given by my spirit. Panic shouts, prove yourself now. Peace says, obey me first. In parenting, my child, do not let fear of their future drive you into control today. Ask the lamp what love requires in this moment. It may be a boundary around screens that seems small but is holy. It may be kneeling to pray with them instead of lecturing. It may be saying no to one more activity so your home can breathe. In finances, the lamp may tell you to delay a purchase that was about appearance, to pay the quiet bill that protects your integrity, to set aside what belongs to generosity with a glad heart. In health, obedience may look like rest you have felt guilty for, water and a walk you kept postponing, or making the appointment you have feared. In relationships, the lamp may lead you to the first step of reconciliation without groveling, or to a firm boundary without bitterness. Some yes is misalignment drawn by pressure, image, or fear. Some no is obedience drawn by my wisdom to protect what I have entrusted to you. Remember, boundaries are holy when they are drawn by my hand. A boundary is not rejection, it is alignment. It keeps your oil from spilling, your focus from fracturing, your heart from bargaining with what I did not assign. Let my word mark your edges. What you will carry today and what you will not. What you will answer and what can wait. Where you will stand and where you will step back. If you cannot carry peace into an action, do not call it courage. Call it a cue to return to the lamp. Do not consult your moods as if they were oracles. Emotions are indicators, not leaders. Let my peace be the umpire that says safe or wait. When a choice stands before you, pause and ask, does this produce peace and obedience or panic and proving? If peace and obedience agree, step. If panic and proving rise, stop and listen again. I am not vague with my children. I am precise in love, and present in the moment, you ask, "Now, my child, we will pray the light into your path. Come, receive, let my word settle you. My child, be still beneath my voice. Open your hands, and let the first prayer be mine over you. I cover your mind with my light now. I speak to the fog, and it lifts. I speak to the swarm of intrusive thoughts, and they quiet. I speak to the anxious forecasting that runs ahead into imagined days, and I break its claim on your attention. You will not live today in tomorrow's dread. I bring your focus home. I gather your scattered pieces into my peace. As it is written, let my peace be the ruler within you. Let it call enough to what does not belong. Breathe with me. Inhale my name. Exhale the weight you picked up in the dark. I lay my hand upon your nervous system and command it to align with my peace. Shoulders, release. Jaw, unclench. Brow, soften. Heart rate, ease. Breath, slow and deepen under my care. Where adrenaline has been your morning coffee, I replace it with calm that strengthens without numbing. Where your body remembers hurts and braces by habit, I rewrite the habit now. Not braced, but held. Not tense, but tended. You are not a machine I expect to run without rest. You are my beloved, and I guard you with my nearness. Now I order your inner room. I silence the inner critic that wakes before your eyes do. I dismiss the chorus of comparison that measures your worth by another's pace. I expose the whisper that says, "You are behind," and I answer it with my truth. You are with me, and with me, you are on time. I set a watch over the door of your mind. What enters must agree with my word. If it produces panic and proving, it stops here. If it produces peace and obedience, it may pass. I anoint your imagination to serve me, not frighten you, to picture obedience, not catastrophe. Now I turn to your day. Lay your calendar before me, appointments, errands, tasks, conversations. I arrange them under my wisdom. What I did not assign, release. What can wait, reschedule without guilt. What must be done, I grace you to do without hurry. I go before you into rooms and calls. I soften hearts where needed. I close doors that would waste you. I open ones that align with my purpose. I place divine interruptions along your path, mercies disguised as pauses, and I give you the discernment to recognize them. I number your steps and make them steady. I set a boundary of protection around your time, so that thieves of attention cannot enter without your consent. Listen now, as my peace settles you. This is the sign that my light can lead you. Do not demand 10 steps, receive one. Ask me now, what is the next faithful step? I place it in your hands. One call to make or to postpone, one message to send or to delete unsent, one bill to pay, one meeting to carry with prayer, one errand to drop, one meal to prepare with gratitude, one walk to take with me, one word to hold instead of speak. Move with the lamp, not the crowd. Take this step, and light will rise for the next. My child, remain under this covering, mind cleared, body calmed, steps ordered. When my peace settles you, my light can lead you, and as you obey the first light, I will brighten the path before your feet. My child, now give me the first obedience and I will give you the next light. This is how the day will unfold in safety, one yes at a time. Obedience creates brightness. Each faithful step invites more light. You do not earn this light, you receive it as you walk with me. Take my hand again and say with me now, I surrender the need to see everything, fix everything, and predict everything. I lay down control, dressed as wisdom, worry, dressed as responsibility, and fear, dressed as planning. Not because planning is evil, but because control has been sitting in a seat that belongs to trust. I do not abandon you when you cannot see the end. I draw you closer so I can guide you through it. Hear my promise, and let it settle your breathing. You will not walk this day alone. I go before you to prepare. I walk beside you to steady. I come behind you to gather what you drop and to cover what you miss. I surround you. My rod and my staff will comfort you. My word will be your lamp, not your burden. Now ask me for sensitivity to my word as you move. I will bring a verse to mind at the right moment. Let it interrupt your reaction and become your response. I will set a pause in your spirit. Honor it. I will place a gentle check within you. Heed it before you cross a line that looks small but drains your peace. I will nudge you to wait 10 minutes before you answer, to walk once around the block before you decide, to read a sentence of scripture before you press send. That pause is not punishment, it is protection. That check is not shame, it is guidance. I restrain you now from impulsive choices that would tangle your path. Let my hand land on yours before you rush, before you text in anger, before you spend out of anxiety, before you agree under pressure to be liked. When panic says, hurry or you will lose, listen for my whisper, wait, so you will not be lost. When flattery says, say yes so they will love you, hear my truth. My love anchors you choose from peace. When fear says, buy now before the dread grows, feel my lamp exposing the hook beneath the bait. Return again and again to this simple exchange. Give me the first obedience, and I will give you the next light. You are not failing because you cannot see the 10th step. You are flourishing when you honor the first. With each yes, the circle of brightness widens. With each pause, you obey, the path becomes clearer. As you walk, you will notice something else. My lamp not only shows you where to go, it also reveals what to avoid. Detours that look efficient but drain your soul. Delays disguised as opportunities. Subtle hooks laced with half-truths. Stay near, my child. The light that leads you forward is the same light that guards you from what would pull you off course. My child, stay beneath the lamp while I cover you. My light does not only guide you forward, it guards you from what would pull you off course. So I set my protection over your day now. I place my hand over your mind, clarity in, confusion out, truth in, torment out. I bless your home with my peace. The doorways marked, the rooms at rest, the screens constrained to serve wisdom, not noise. I bless your commute roads clear, timing aligned, distractions removed. Every near miss turned into a testimony of my keeping. I bless your workplace favor with those who sit across the table. Integrity at every decision point, stamina without striving. I bless your conversations, words weighed by my peace, ears tuned to my cues, boundaries firm without bitterness, and grace strong without gullibility. Now I expose the traps. I uncover detours disguised as opportunities that do not carry my peace. I expose delays that call themselves responsible, but bleed your focus. I reveal hooks hidden under sweet names. Offense that waits at the edge of a careless word, I defang it before it bites. Comparison that slithers through a scrolling moment, I cut its coil from your worth. Lust that promises quick comfort, I name it counterfeit and close the door. Despair that darkens at noon, I rip its curtain and let my morning through. Self-hatred that plays judge and jury, I silence it with my verdict. Loved, accepted, mine. Fear of man that tugs at your strings, I cut those strings so you move with my spirit, not with their reactions. Sudden discouragement that ambushes without cause, I strip it of its costume and show it for what it is. A fog that flees when the lamp is lifted. Hear my decree and be steady, as it is written. No weapon formed against you will prosper, and every tongue that rises to accuse you will be refuted by my truth. I do not promise that weapons will not be forged. I promise they will not succeed against the one who stands in my light. I cancel assignments of confusion, miscommunication, and missteps. I frustrate schemes laid in the dark and expose snares set in your path. Where a trap has been baited with flattery, I make it taste bitter in your mouth. Where a shortcut would have cost your integrity, I post a bright red weight that saves your feet. I sharpen your discernment now. I make red flags visible before the moment passes. Let unease be wisdom, not anxiety. Notice it, ask me, and wait. Let conviction be guidance, not condemnation, specific, kind, and leading you home. Accusation is a cloud with no door out. My conviction is a pointed light with a pathway back. When your spirit feels a sudden squeeze, do not call it mood and push through pause and ask, Lamp of God, what are you showing me? I will answer. I will teach your heart to tell the difference between the press of my protection and the pressure of fear. I will train your reflex to be prayer, not panic, to be stillness, not spinning. I station my peace like sentries at the gates of your attention mind, eyes, ears, tongue, hands. I set my word as a watch over your pace so you are not lured by hurry, not stalled by dread. I align your yes and your no with my will, so bargains cannot buy you and threats cannot bend you. Under this covering, you do not walk as prey, you walk as one carried. You do not tiptoe through traps, you stride by a lamp that exposes them. Remember this as we move. Protection is strongest when you remember who you are. You are not a problem to be managed. You are my beloved to be kept. You are not the sum of your temptations. You are the one I have sealed with my name. Stay close, and I will keep you. Stay under the light, and I will guard your way. Now, my child, let me remind you who you are before you perform, so you can walk this protected path as the one I love. My child, draw near and hear me. Remember who you are before you perform. You are mine before you achieve, before you prove, before you succeed. I did not create you to be a machine that trades hours for worth or outputs for acceptance. I fashioned you as my beloved, breathed over by my spirit, held by my covenant, named by my delight. When you wake and feel the push to earn your place, stop now while your soul can still hear my voice. Your place is given. Your name is written. Your worth is settled. This day is not a trial where love must be won. It is a walk where love already carries you. Refuse the lie that says your value rises and falls with your productivity. Not because diligence is unholy, but because identity is the root and work is the fruit. If you invert the order, you will grind and never feel full, count and never feel kept. I am not asking you to impress me. I am inviting you to trust me. My child, you are not behind in becoming mine. You are mine, and from that belonging I will pace you, guide you, and bless the work I assign. Now let me speak tenderness into the sore places. Yesterday's mistakes that replay like a loop, I break the loop. My mercy speaks louder. Last week's disappointments that sag your shoulders, I lift them and lay my hand where hope bruised. Lingering shame that whispers, you are disqualified. I silence it with my verdict. Forgiven, chosen, beloved, you stumbled, but I did not step back. I draw you close, not to excuse what harmed you, but to restore what fear tried to take. I wash the grit from your eyes. I rinse the blame from your heart. I clothe you again in light. Receive this prayer over you now. I bless you with confidence wrapped in humility, a courage that acts when I say go, and a grace that waits when I say not yet. I strengthen your spine to say no without apology when peace does not accompany a request. I give you a gentle boldness that speaks truth without sharpness, a steady patience that does not mistake stillness for failure, and a quiet authority that refuses frantic proving. I anchor your yes in my assignment, and your no in my protection. I teach your hands to work from rest, not from dread, your mouth to answer from wisdom, not from worry. Feel how belonging changes your pace. When you remember you are loved, you stop rushing to earn what I already gave. You stop chasing rooms I have not called you into, and you stop bargaining with voices I have not sent. You measure your steps by the lamp, not by panic. You receive interruptions as invitations, not as indictments. You choose boundaries as worship, not as withdrawal. From this identity, purpose becomes clear. You are sent to carry my peace, to build what aligns with my word, to serve without disappearing, to create without craving applause. Walk now as one who is led by light and secured by love. I am with you, I am for you, and I will bless what flows from who you are in me. My child, hold out your hands and let me bless what they will touch today. Hear my promise and anchor in it. I will bless what I assign. Walk with me, and your labor will not be wasted. I place excellence on you without the poison of striving. I give you holy focus that gathers your scattered attention into one clear beam beneath my lamp. I breathe creativity that rises from peace, not from panic solutions that are simple, elegant, and timely. I clothe you with diligence that persists without drudgery and integrity that keeps the unseen as clean as the seen. Not to impress, but to align. Not to perform, but to be faithful. I anoint your tools, keyboards and notebooks, cameras and counters, spreadsheets and lesson plans, stethoscopes and steering wheels, ovens and paintbrushes, diapers and dishes. Under my hand they become instruments of purpose, not burdens of pressure. I speak favor over your interactions now. With bosses and leaders, I grant clarity, respect, and right standing. With clients and customers, patience and mutual honor. With teachers and classmates, humility and excellence. With family, gentleness and truth. With strangers, grace that disarms suspicion. I soften what would be hard and straighten what would twist in misunderstanding. I set a guard over your mouth, so your words carry light and your tone carries peace. I give you the right phrase at the right moment, or the wise silence that protects more than many speeches. I remove the compulsion to over-explain. I replace it with the calm of one who is led. I open doors I intend and let others close without drama. Where you need a yes, I prepare it. Where you need a no, I shelter you beneath it. I arrange divine appointments along your path. I align seats at tables, names in your inbox, and meetings on your calendar with exact timing. I orchestrate the conversation you prayed for and protect you from the one that would drain your oil. I give you restraint where eagerness would overreach and courage where fear would retreat. I set my pause within you before you commit and my nudge within you before you miss the moment. I teach you to recognize an interruption as an assignment and a distraction as a thief. Walk with me, and you will step into prepared moments that look small but carry large grace. I bless your provision and your stewardship. I open the channels I have appointed, timely resources, paid invoices, fair wages, scholarships, opportunities that fit your calling. I close the leaks that have quietly bled your strength, impulsive spending, vanity purchases, subscriptions that steal. I give you wisdom for budgets, joy in enough, and freedom from shame about what you cannot carry today. Contentment will be your companion. Gratitude will be your guard. As it is written in my heart toward you, I supply what is needed as you seek first my kingdom. I will show you when to sow and when to save, when to invest and when to wait, and I will weave generosity into your rhythm so your heart stays soft and your hands stay open. Now hear the seal of this moment. This day is not a grind. It is a doorway. You are stepping through the door of grace we named, into a new season paced by my lamp. One step at a time, excellence without hurry. One conversation at a time, favor without flattery. One decision at a time, wisdom without fear. I go before you to prepare. I am beside you to steady, and I come behind you to gather the fragments so nothing faithful is lost. My child, rise and work from rest. Carry my peace into every assignment. Let your yes be bright with obedience, and your no be firm with protection. I will bless what I assign. Walk with me, and your labor will carry fruit that remains. My child, hear me. A new season does not thunder in. It begins with a small, steady step taken in my light. The rhythm of grace is leading you forward now. Do not despise the small beginnings. The seed looks small, but the season it carries is large. This day is not random. It is a guided step into what I have prepared. Your path will not be drawn with a floodlight. It will be traced by a lamp you hold close. One faithful yes, then another. One settled breath under my peace, then another. One choice aligned with my word, then another. This is how new begins and continues. So let renewed habits mark this turning. Word first, prayer first, obedience first. Before you touch the noise, reach for my voice. Before you consult the crowd, consult the lamp. Before you run down 100 imagined roads, walk the single path I am lighting beneath your feet. This will be your new order. Scripture opens your attention. Prayer opens your heart. Obedience opens your way. Let the first minutes be mine, not as superstition, but as alignment. Let the mid-morning pause be mine when your pace tries to outrun peace. Let the afternoon check-in be mine when fatigue invites shortcuts. Let the evening review be mine when the world tempts you to measure your day by output instead of by obedience. Carry a single verse with you as your refrain today. As it is written, my word is a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. Say it when you fold your hands to begin. Whisper it while you pour your coffee, while you wait at a light, while you sit before a screen. Let it sit on your tongue when a decision stands before you. Let it rise when confusion pretends to be your identity. Write it where your eyes return. Place it on your phone, on a sticky note, in a message to yourself. Inhale with, your word is a lamp to my feet. Exhale with, and a light to my path. Let this be your breath prayer that steadies your steps and settles your mind. Now I seal this new season over you with thanksgiving, trust, and calm expectation. I receive your thanks not as payment, but as the sound of your heart drawing near. I answer your trust with my keeping. I appoint quiet confirmations along your way, mercies that meet you before you know to ask, timing that reassures you I am here. Expect my goodness without bracing for disappointment. Expect my wisdom without rehearsing every fear. Expect my protection without rehearsing every danger. You will end this day different from how you began, not because you saw everything, but because you let my lamp lead your next thing. Prepare your heart to move from receiving to responding. In a moment you will join your voice with others and declare what we have sealed public agreement that strengthens private obedience. Walk today like someone led by light, shoulders lowered, pace unhurried, yes and no aligned, boundaries bright, peace untraded. My child, take the small step now, the season has begun. The lamp is lifted, follow me. My child, now seal with your mouth what your heart has received. Life and death sit in the power of the tongue. Let your agreement be light. Repeat after me, and let each line become the boundary of your day. Today I walk by the lamp, not by panic. Your word is my light, your peace is my pace. I will not be driven by urgency. I will be led by the Spirit. My mind is steady, my steps are ordered. I choose obedience over outcome, clarity over clamor, trust over control. Say it again in strength. I am kept, I am guided, I am not alone. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. I refuse the whip of hurry and the yoke of proving. I will not outrun grace. I receive wisdom for one faithful step, and I am content with the light you give. Now speak protection and purity. Over my attention, I set a guard. No distraction will steal my devotion. No counterfeit will buy my yes. No whisper of fear will sit in the seat of counsel. I keep a clean conscience before God and people. I choose the narrow, honest path. Where I wronged, I repent quickly. Where I am tempted, I take the way of escape. My integrity is not for sale. My peace is not for trade. Declare courage and calm. I am brave because I am held. I act with gentleness that is strong and strength that is gentle. I wait without fear. I move without frenzy. I do not brace for impact. I align with your will. When pressure rises, I sink into your presence. When confusion knocks, I open only to your word. Speak peace into your body and order into your day. My nervous system rests under the hand of God. Shoulders, release. Breath, slow. Heart, be still. I will not carry what you did not assign. My boundaries are bright and holy. My yes is clean, and my no is covered. The rooms I enter, receive your peace through me. Now seal the day beneath my covering. I am led, protected, and steady because your word lights my steps. Favor meets me where you send me. Wisdom greets me when I ask. Protection surrounds me as I abide. I end as I begin, by the lamp, in your peace, within your keeping. Breathe with me, inhale my nearness. Exhale every leftover fear. Be still for a moment, and let the light settle in every place. Amen. My child, do not keep this light to yourself. Seal it, share it, and return to it tomorrow. Public agreement strengthens private obedience. Type this in the comments now as your banner for the day. His word is my lamp today, one step at a time. Let your own voice hear your vow. Let your community see your courage. As you write it, I mark it over your path. Now, lift the lamp for another. Send it to the friend who needs light for the next step. Think of the one bracing under decision anxiety this morning. Give them the peace you have received. Be the reminder that steadies trembling hands. If peace settled over you, press like as your witness your amen in the open. Such simple obedience multiplies light. Return and keep returning. Subscribe now so your mornings begin beneath my word, daily guidance and prayer anchored in scripture, a consistent lamp to your feet. Let this rhythm become your refuge. Word first, prayer first, obedience first. When tomorrow comes, come again. I will meet you here with fresh light for the next faithful step. Go now and walk it out. Shoulders lowered, pace unhurried, attention guarded. You are led, protected, and steady. I am with you in every room and on every road. Declare it, share it, and come back for more light. I keep you.